Hi there and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Raluca. I just realized that I haven't done a basic brown smoky eye on my channel, and I feel like that's something that everyone needs to know how to do. It's a look that's suitable for like a night out, a date night. You can even wear this for occasions like prom or stuff. And I want to teach you how to do this simple brown smoky eye. So let's get started. First I will moisturize my lips, so the lip balm will have enough time to sink in. I applied the foundation and did my brows off camera. Now I will prime my eyelids. I didn't apply the concealer yet because I might get some fallout from the eyeshadow. And to prevent that, I'm going to do my eyes first. I'm applying the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And I will use my finger to blend it. And I'll apply it on the lower lash line as well, because I'm going to do the entire look before applying the concealer and everything. I let the primer sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, and now I can start applying the eyeshadow. Today I'm going to use, I think, both the Warrior and the Warrior 2 palettes by Juvia's Place. I'm going to start with the Warrior 2 palette, which is an all matte palette, but I think I am going to apply a shimmer on the lid. I'm going to apply the shade Kana in my crease as a transition shade, and I'm going to take it on a Juvia's Place 007 blending brush. I love how this shade is very cool tone, works great for me as a transition, and I'm just blending this shade all over my crease. So you need to use a brown that's slightly darker than your skin tone. If it's the right shade and it's not too dark, you're going to have an easier time blending, and you can just basically slap that on. If you have a fluffy blending brush, it will just come out perfect. There's not much work to be done here when it comes to blending. And I'm also going to apply it on the lower lash line, basically creating like a base for my eyeshadows. With a Morphe M506 brush, this is a slightly smaller blending brush, I'm going to take this shade, this medium brown shade. I basically want to build up the intensity. So first I'm going to pick up this one, and then an even darker brown. I'm dusting off the excess from the brush, and I'm going to apply this a little bit lower than the transition shade, and also I'm concentrating it on the outer corner. So I'm starting from the outer corner and then building my way up to the crease. First I'm stamping the pigment, and then when there's basically no product left on my brush, I'm going to blend. And doing the same thing on the lower lash line. Starting from the other corner and connecting the bottom part with the top part in my other corner. And with my previous brush, I'm going to blend the two shades that I just applied. Next I'm going to pick up an even darker brown, and that for me is going to be the shade, I won't attempt to pronounce it, is this rich warm tone brown, which I'm going to pick up on a Morphe M507 brush, which is similar to the 506, the one that I used previously, but it's slightly pointier at the end. And I'm going to stamp this on my outer corner to intensify it, taking some more and applying it on my lower lash line. So first I'm stamping the pigment, and then after placing it I can start blending. And especially for this step you want to keep your eyes open, because the creasing of your eye can mess up with your application. This way you can really see how the end result is going to look like. Also can lift your eye visually by going over your eye creases, and then you can close your eye and just fix that blending. I'm going to take my previous brush with no additional product and really blend this shade. For my lid shade, I'm going to switch to the Warrior by Juvia's Place. And I'm going to pick up this shade in the corner, this dark rich brown, and I'm going to take it on a Juvia's Place 002 small definer brush. And I swear this video is not sponsored by Juvia's Place, although I wish it was. And I'm going to pack this shade on my lid, especially in the inner portion. Basically where I didn't apply any shadow. And I'm applying it up towards my crease. Again, if you have hooded eyes, make sure that you do this step with your eyes open. So when you open your eyes, you will be able to see the shimmer. And I'm fading it into the matte shade by applying less pressure on the brush. Switching back to the brush that I used to apply the dark brown, I'm going to fade the edges so everything will look really blended. Next, I'm going to need a brown pencil. This is the Sephora Collection 12-hour pencil in the shade Tiramisu. And I'm going to apply this on my waterline. And also on my upper waterline. And I'm going to use a flat brush like this. This one is from Morphe, but it has no number on it. And I'm going to smudge this pencil in between my lashes. And I'm also going to apply the pencil on my lash line, on my top lid, really close to my lash line, and then again smudging it with the same brush to intensify the lash line a little bit. I'm gonna need some more of that dark brown and apply it all over my lower lash line, because that pencil looks a little bit discontinued from the whole look. Taking some more and applying it on top of the pencil on my lid. I applied a little bit of mascara on my top lashes. First, I'm curling my lashes. I also like tilting my lash curler so I can get a maximum curl. And then I'm applying my Benefit, the Real Magnet Mascara. And I'm applying about 2 or 3 coats of this mascara so I can get maximum volume. I'm not going to apply mascara on my lower lashes yet. First I'm going to apply the concealer. Well, actually, first I'm going to apply the color corrector. This is the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in the shade Brightener. And I'm applying a little bit just to brighten up my under eyes. And I'm using my sponge to blend. And then on top of it I'm going to apply the same Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, but in the shade Neutralizer. And I also use it to highlight the center of my face. And I'm really careful to not go over the eyeshadow. But don't worry, if you do, we can fix the blending a little bit later. Next I'm going to set my concealer with a little bit of translucent powder. This is my RCMA No Color powder. And I'm going to take it on a blending brush, an eye blending brush. This is a Morphe M330 brush. Coat my brush to the powder, dust off the excess until it looks something like this. And I'm going to stamp this on my under eye to set the concealer in place. And with the fluffy brush I'm going to apply a light coat of powder all over my face. Really dusting off the excess so my brush is evenly coated. And I'm just going to stamp this. With that big blending brush that I used on my eye, I'm going to go over my lower lash line. So everything will look really well blended. And also my outer corner. Kind of extending it into my temples. You're going to see later what I'm going to do with it. Taking my contour, this is the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, and I'm just mixing both of these shades in the middle. And I'm applying it with the Morphe M405 brush. Bring a little bit of dimension and warmth to my face. Right now it looks kind of flat. And here, where I extended my eyeshadow, I'm going to connect it to my contour. So, something like this, you can see here. And then, applying the contour on my forehead. This makes the eyeshadow look a little bit more connected to the whole face, let's say. And it also lifts the outer corner a little bit. I really love doing this, especially when I have brown on my eyes. Taking a little bit more of that contour and squeezing my brush like this so I can do a little bit of lip contouring. So I'm just shading in the center of my mouth. And also applying a little bit of contour underneath my nose to lift it up visually. For blush, I'm going to use this. This is a face mono from Makeup Forever, and I'm going to apply it with a Sigma F10 brush. And I'm applying it above my contour, keeping it away from the center of my face. But that's just a personal preference. You can place it like here if you like. I'm trying to use other highlighters besides my e.l.f. one, because the e.l.f. baked highlighter is my absolute favorite and I use it in almost all of my videos. I'm guessing you must be tired of seeing that already. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Masterchrome highlighter in the shade Molten Rose Gold. And I'm taking it on a Sigma F03 brush. This is really gorgeous, but it will look better on a more tan person. My skin is a little bit too light for this shade. I'm going to set everything in place using the Catrice Prime and Fine setting spray. Taking the Warrior palette again, and with a small detail brush I'm going to pick up the shade from the middle, which is a light golden-ish shimmer shade, which I'm going to use to highlight my inner corner. And also a little bit underneath the arch of my brow. And to finish off the eye, I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. I'm quickly going to do my lips, and of course I'm going to apply nudes as usual. I'm lining my lips with the Boysenberry's lip pencil in the shade Butter Nude, and I'm overlining a little bit in the center. And as lipstick, I'm going to apply the NYX Lingerie in the shade Satin Ribbon. And that concludes today's look. I really hope you like how it came out. Yeah, it's just a basic brown smoky eye, and I think this would be suitable for like any occasion. You can also use slightly lighter colors and make it in an everyday look. If you enjoyed today's video and you found it useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye!